So prices in Vancouver and North Vancouver have actually, if you look at the scale between February 2022 and where we are now, they've actually remained in the same spots. If you look at those 2 points, they're basically in the same place. So we haven't seen much growth in prices since that time in 2022. And it's kind of interesting because I think a lot of people are just so used to the real estate market in Vancouver just on a skyrocket trajectory going up. And, you know, with these new interest rates coming into effect and all these new policies and all this stuff going on, we're actually, we're starting to see some stagnant, basically no movement in prices. I think one thing to consider too is now we're starting to potentially see some interest rate decreases. And, we've already got 0.25 in June. We have another announcement coming up at the end of July. Since the June one was announced, there's been a decent amount of action happening in the market that I've noticed, at least. And in my office, talking to other realtors, a lot of people have noticed the same thing. It is a small decrease in the interest rate, but at the end of the day, it's enough to push buyers into the pool of, hey, I want to actually start to do something. Obviously, if we see a decrease in rates again in July, it's going to, push that even further. So if we jump into the stats here, sales in Vancouver and North Vancouver on a month-over-month basis were actually down 11%. Definitely surprised me because, my own business and talking to agents in the office and stuff, everyone agreed that the market did definitely seem to pick up. Prices, as I said, they've pretty much remained stagnant. In Vancouver, we saw an uptick of 0.5%. In North Van, it actually went down 0.5%. New listings in Vancouver actually down 10.5%, and in North Vancouver they were down 14.5%. We did see a major influx of listings coming to market last month, and I just don't think that amount of new listings is really sustainable. We did definitely, we are still seeing a lot of new listings hitting the market, just not as much as last month. So one thing I'm starting to notice is older, kind of stale listings just sitting on the market. You'll see them decrease price. This is definitely a good time to kind of keep your eye out for those certain listings that have been sitting on the market for a little while. Negotiate a good deal and pick something up for under market value. In my opinion, now's a great time to keep your eye out for one of those. We've got the interest rate announcement happening on July 24th, I believe. I think if they do cut rates, then it definitely ramp up the housing market in terms of sales and potentially prices starting to creep up again. So all of what I'm saying is kind of on a macro level. This doesn't necessarily dictate, each individual house. Each individual house is totally unique. If you're thinking of making a purchase or if you're thinking of selling and you're wondering how this directly affects you, I'm happy to kind of give my opinion. If you want to reach out to me, feel free to give me a call or email me. Happy to help you. We help tons of people every day in Vancouver. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out.